Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got a get ready with me video for y'all today on this look right here. Just kind of like a bronzy, I was going for like bronzy, copper, peachy, but mostly like bronzy sort of makeup. So that's what I did. Grabbed some products together to do this look. Got mostly, I think, affordable drugstore kind of stuff, mostly. But yeah, just kind of playing with some makeup, getting ready together today. Doing this look. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do Get Ready With Me's, favorites, new with drugstore reviews, empties, just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we are doing this look together today, so let's get to it. Okay, so I've already applied my skincare and SPF, so I think I'm gonna use this for just kind of like a glowy-ish sort of like BB cream, CC, I don't even know what this is. It's the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow Tint. So like a base tint, whatever. And I have it in 100 Cool. I like this though, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of this and apply it starting in kind of the middle of my face and working out. Really just kind of concentrating it where I need the most coverage, like broken capillaries, discoloration, kind of those areas. Okay, I applied some eyeshadow primer, the Alter Ego eyeshadow primer, and then also the IT Cosmetics Brow Powerful to my brows. So, for eyes, this whole look, I'm just kind of like making up along the way. I gathered some things together, but we're just gonna kind of see how this look starts to come together. We will see. I have something, I got like a few newer things to play with in this video, so let's use some things I already had and then kind of add to it. Let's start with this one. This is the Sweet Mint Palette in Milk Tea. I'm gonna start with this one right here. Let me wipe off my brush. Let's do a little combo of these two. This is more of a K-Beauty palette, so you know, a little bit kind of softer looking, not as intense theoretically, but a lot of times I'm trying to go for softer, not over the top, and it, you know, always ends up being that way because I just keep playing with the makeup and it just keeps getting more intense. Putting this all over my lid, blending up into my crease and kind of in a little bit and then out, kind of buffing, just really doing kind of a soft diffused blend. Kind of like that. Get a little bit of powder. Kind of go along the edge just a little bit just to kind of clean that up. It's kind of like that. Nothing major, just sort of softening. I know you're supposed to kind of go up higher to lift your eyes up, but I don't know. I still like it to not be just everywhere. You know what I mean? I still like a little bit of a bright brow. Okay, I got this. I've had another one in these Kaely eyeshadows. This one is in, it says Space Cowboy, 01 Space Cowboy, but sometimes they have different descriptions online. So, oh, it went flying, but I think everything is okay. Yeah, I think we're okay. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty, kind of like bronzy and a little bit of a duochrome look to it. Okay, so let me get some of this. Well, no, I started to get on my middle finger, but no, I need to use my pinky. Do that. Oh, it's pretty subtle. Yeah, it's pretty subtle. I'm really kind of smushing into it. Ooh, but now that I'm into it, that's pretty. The texture of this is interesting. It's like a putty. Like if you remember the Dream Bouncy blushes from Maybelline from way back when, it's that kind of, you can sort of see hopefully the texture in it where I kind of pressed into it. So it's that kind of a formula because I've had matte versions in this and those aren't like that, I don't think, at least not the one I have. So just kind of blending this. This is pretty. I think I maybe I want a little bit more like peachiness to it. Let's see, let's look what other options I brought in here. I brought the Sweet Mint, I might use this one, in Peach. I'm gonna get just a little bit of the peachy shade. Ooh, that's very bright. So we'll just put that right there. Yeah, just for a little bit of brightness. I'm gonna blend this. I think I just got it on my nose. That's pretty. Yeah, I like that. I want just a little bit more of a coppery look. So I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Naked Half Baked palette. I'm gonna get this coppery shade right here and just use a really tiny brush. I don't even know what this is. It's super old. And put this right kind of on the middle part of my lid, just to add in a little bit more of a coppery look. Whoa, that's pretty intense. Blend this into that inner corner color and out. Gonna add back a little bit more of the peachy shade from this palette because I still want it to have like a light bright look on the inner corners of my eyes. I just like that look. It just, I don't know, it kind of opens up my eyes more. I just like that. Yeah, just kind of keeping that brightness, but not like over the top, just, you know, kind of bright. Okay, for liner, I think I'm gonna use the Rimmel Scandeleyes in the brown shade, because I do want, you know, kind of that, I don't know, bronzy brown liner look, but I still like that kind of defined lash line. Doing a slight wing, kind of like that. I'm gonna go over it with just a little bit of this one from the Urban Decay palette, and I think I'm gonna have to use like the tiniest little bit of this because this looks like this could be pretty intense, but just trying to kind of soften the line a little bit, just kind of buff that. Okay, there's that. It kind of makes it a little bit more messy, but like in a good way, sort of like not that harsh line. It just sort of like softens and buffs it a little bit. So yeah, okay, now I'm going to do my lashes. I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics Superhero. Okay, so there is that. Now I'm gonna use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the Brightener shade, the kind of pinky shade, just right in the kind of darkest area of discoloration for me, which is right there. And then just blend over. I used too much product on that side. Let's just kind of buff that a little bit. Just kind of buff it. Wow, what a difference that makes. I love this stuff so much. I have loved it for years. Okay, now the Maybelline Fit Me, another favorite for years. Just kind of right there, right there, right there. And let's put a little bit on my cheeks too. Just mainly the broken capillaries. I need a brush. Here we go. Just kind of blend this around my nose where I have some redness. Okay, gonna set the T-zone with, well, you know what? Before I start setting, let's use the Pixi On The Glow Bronze in Beach Glow. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this. I think this is pretty deep. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to use very little of this. I'm just gonna use like a little bit like that. And blend upward. A little bit up on my forehead, just a tiny bit. I love that this has like a almost reddish tone to it. You can see it. I love that. I love when a bronzer has kind of more of a rosy red undertone. Then now I'm going to set my under eyes and T-zone with the Loreal Blur-Fection powder in the light pinky shade. Kind of very lightly blend over, but I mainly use it on the middle of my face. Then for the rest of my face, the Laura Geller Double Take Baked Versatile Powder Foundation in Porcelain. So pretty. Just going to get a tiny bit of this, not very much product, and just kind of very lightly buff this over the rest of my face. You can see I'm not using much product, and I'm just kind of very lightly applying this, just a light application. Let's finish my lower lash line. I'm going to take this palette again and get some of this shade right here. This bright kind of peachy shade. Put this right on my lower lash line. And CoverGirl Clump Crusher, just a tiny bit on my lower lashes, kind of outer part. And then sort of sealing my upper lashes. I'm just using the tiniest little bit. Like I feel like a lot of times mascara, well, really anything on my lower lash line can just start to look so harsh. So I like a little bit of definition there, but I don't want it to be intense. I feel like these peachy coppery shades on my eyes are definitely making my eyes look very blue right now. Okay, what next? Let's use, I'm just gonna play with several different things. I don't even know. Let's use this, the e.l.f. Monochromatic Multi-Stick in Bronzed Cherry. This could be a little intense for me. Yep, that's probably gonna be a little intense, probably. But let's get that same brush I used for the bronzer. Just get a little bit of this and go a little bit higher than the bronzer. Almost like a blush bronzer situation. And then I'm gonna add something else. This is so pretty though. Ooh, I love this. I didn't get enough on the other side, but this side I'm really seeing it. Oh, this is so pretty. A little bit on my nose. That kind of sun-kissed look. Oh, I really, really like this. That is so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to, what do I want to do? I'm gonna use a little bit of this, the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Bronzer and Blush. This is beautiful. And just gonna kind of get a little swirl of this, mainly focusing here, less on that bronzer, but well, a little bit of that too, but maybe not quite as much. Just kind of tap this over the top. We're definitely gonna have to tone this down for sure. Don't worry, because right now it's looking pretty intense. Then I'm gonna use some of the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush and Glow in Luminoso. And let's see, I'm gonna get some of this. This is interesting packaging. It's like you have to be so careful with it because it just really comes out that applicator pretty intensely. Put this right kind of on the apples of my cheeks for that glow. This is looking so over the top right now. Like, pretty intense cheek situation right now. So let's take our powder again. Let's definitely tone this down. I'm gonna take my powder puff, go along the under eyes and the edge here with this, and then my nose. Okay, and then now I'm gonna take the powder, this again, with my powder brush, and go along the bottom edges and over the top, just kind of softening all of this. Okay, now for lips. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I think I might do like a combo of these. Let me go over a lip like that. I like to do that 'cause it kind of gives you more of a, you know, fresh base. Gonna use Maybelline Dusty Rose. And just a tiny bit of this Essence Juicy Balm. This is in the, like, I don't know, watermelon or coral or something. Just some dots of this to get a kind of corally look, but I used very little, you probably saw. Then I'm gonna use the Revlon. This is one of whatever these are called, the Glossy Balms in Nude Illuminator. And just kind of tap this with it. These both smell very good. This smells like vanilla, this smells like watermelon or something. And I love that combo. You know what, I was gonna use a highlighter, like a cheek highlighter, but I kind of like how it's looking now. So here's the finished look. I like how it all came together. Hope that you guys really enjoy getting ready with me today, kind of creating this fun bronzy sort of look. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what some of your favorite kind of bronzy, coppery, coral, peachy makeup is. I would love to hear that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.